guys so much for coming up. Today is Tuesday Tips, and just want to go over uh, some recent things that we've done. So, for example, I was online and I was looking at simple business tips that will help you beat your competition, right? And one of the biggest ones was at the top of pretty much every single article that I was reading was supporting your local community, right? And I know uh, there's been a bunch of us that have done a bunch of events recently, and I know we also sent out recently an event form. Uh, here at corporate, once a month per store, we pay up to $400 for you to register for these events. So it's something that we do here at the corporate level because we do believe in you supporting your local communities. So I would love to engage with you guys today. Come up to the top, maybe come up with some things that you've done for your local community, and what you do to really be involved. And as I started looking more into it and seeing, what you say, getting involved in the local community, but it's one way to say it and one thing to obviously do it. And I was looking at some of the stores that are very successful uh, with Techy and even Experamax, and it's from what I'm seeing is a lot of them that are super successful are very, very engaged in their community. Um, and so I would love to get some feedback and some tips from what you guys do for your local community, so we can all share with each other. And I can also give you some tips that we've done here at the corporate level uh, as well. So we would love for you to raise your hand, and if you come up to the top and maybe share some events that you've done recently. We've had two um, event forms submitted within the last week, which is great. We had one event the day before Halloween. Our Claremont store did, and then we also have one of the Experamax stores just submitted one for November 14th. So we're excited that people are starting to engage again. Now that the pandemic is pretty much almost over, I would say, if not over. Let's start getting back out into those communities, right? It's so important that we put our face out there. You want to generate and focus on getting leads, right? And this is one of the ways to do this. So some of the events that you guys can do, ways to find events. And guys, if you want to engage and come to the top too as well, we would love to hear from you as well. You have Eventbrite, where you can go on there and you can see all the events that are in your local community. And guys, when I say events, it doesn't need to be a huge event. It could be something just 30 people, right? 10 people that you're constantly going on. You can turn a lot of that into business, right? But some events that are bigger that you can do are like 5K races. That work very well. If you're looking, you don't know how to search or find events, you could even reach out to an event even coordinator, right? And see some of the events that are in the area in the community, right? You can even find like local food truck uh, events and reach out to some of those guys and see what events they are, and just follow them around and see what they're doing in their community. So again, guys, here at corporate, we give you guys a $400 registration fee to pay for. So we're paying for the event. That just goes to show you that we want you guys going out to the local community, and so that's one of the things we're doing here, and we've been doing for quite some time. So again, there's an event form. If you guys don't know where to locate that event form, no big deal. I'll shoot you out an email here today with the form. And it's also, that form is also on will be added to the price list, and I'll put it on other places as well so you guys can see that. We have somebody here that wants to raise their hand, come up to the top. That'd be great. But yeah, so other ways to get involved in your community, guys. There's Facebook pages that you can get involved with that'll allow you to communicate with your community as well. Um, Giving out free uh, gift certificates or gift cards just to get customers to come to your store. Shane, thank you so much for coming up. Uh, did you wanted to add something that you do?
Yeah. Hey, good morning, everybody. Tim, first I just want to say I noticed that $400 credit that you're mentioned, and I think that's wonderful. Just credit to you and Bill for doing something like that. It is extremely important, and it's good to see that corporate backs that. So we are working with kind of something that we do a lot of community events. We've got a big festival here called Apple Blossom. So I sponsor Apple Blossom, do Sunday in the Park where there's kids and things. Then we also have sponsored Oktoberfest the last couple of years, although we didn't do it this year. Things changed with COVID. But I mean, people love to see us. Our customers come and see us when we're out in the community and like to see us out there. And then we meet new customers. So it's twofold. One thing that I'm working on, and when I saw this sponsorship that you guys are offering, there's been a gaming center open up in our community. It's small, but it's getting started. It's a lot of high school kids that are in it, and they're having gaming tournaments, and they're looking for a couple $100 sponsorship. Um, so that's something that I plan to do. We'll be talking to you guys about. We've got a gaming PC out there, one of them that Alan from the Leesburg store built. We've got two more of those machines in the store, one being advertised. So, we're hoping to sell a gaming PC and make a couple $100 through sponsoring this gaming center. So that's something that we do. It is absolutely important. And, I'm in a small town, and I think to some degree I've got some advantages being in a small town, but this town is 100% built on and just focused on shopping local and supporting local community, and being involved pays huge dividends. So thanks.
Awesome, Shane. Thank you so much for coming up and sharing that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we believe in it too. And even if you're in small town, you want to be engaged that much more. But even if you're in a bigger town, you could, for example, one of our, and I always talk about her, Nyla down at the bottom. She does very well with this, and she's so engaged with the community. And look, we're in a big, she's in South Florida, so it's huge, right? But she really engages in the community where she's at. So she's in a city called Cooper City, and she engages that whole city and gets really involved. And I think one of the biggest reasons that her store does so successful is because of the engagement that she has with the community and some of the things that she's done in the past that really get her engaged in the community. And this is another one of our stores too does a lot of community events is Weston. Ton of community events, always out there shaking people's hands, saying hi, going to of other people's events, and so and they do very well doing this kind of stuff. So it's important that you get your face and your name out there, and you get involved in the community. And that's why I just wanted to go over this with you guys today, just to kind of reiterate it. I know we've talked about it in the past, but it's important that especially now with again COVID pretty much being the events are happening. Everybody's going out there, and a lot of more are going to be happening here shortly. I'm sure in your guys' area, so you really need to start getting engaged and getting your name out there. And we support that here at the corporate side too, and that's what we're all about. So we have an event actually coming up. I think we have one. Nicole, what's that event you got coming up here that we're doing? Is that on Wednesday? I don't know if you're available yet, but I think it's Thursday.
Yes, it's Thursday. It's
Thursday.
with Mike. It's to get like Techy out into the community, like so we can see what like real estate is available for like future Techy spots to see. If there's any availability in certain areas that we like, and kind of to get the landlords to know us a little better in certain spots.
Absolutely. Yeah, and look, it's something that's going to help us, continue to grow. But really, what it's doing is helping us get our name out there, right? So this event that we're doing here, people are coming from all over the state of Florida, right, to do this event, and this could help all the the whole community and just the real estate department, to put the name out there, Techy, right, and Experiment. So, it's important that you guys try to do as much as you can. We offer the 400 once a month. We look. I think every store should be out there once a month in their community doing something, and it's important. So, but anybody has done an event wants to come up to the top, kind of share how you find events. Feel free to hit the little plus button, come up to the top. The plus button, hit the hand, and then if you don't want to speak, you have that little paper airplane there too as well. But get involved in your community, guys. We're here to support you. We want you to go there when, to these events. So we want, it's not just yes, we it's not just a sponsorship, it's actually you showing up to the event, right? You going there, handing out stuff, shaking people's hands. It's one thing to put a banner inside a school. That's great. But there's another thing, you putting a banner inside the school and going to that school and giving them maybe gift cards and shaking their hands and going to an event that's there. um, you'll be surprised when we go to these events. People love technology. Our booths are always the busiest booths because they love cases, they love tempered glass, they love anything with technology. So it's important. You'll see when you do these things the incredible impact that you get from the community, and that will lead back into your stores. So um, I know Kelly, I know you on the side you do a lot of like events. Maybe you want to dive into something like this a little bit more.
Yes, I'm actually doing an event in Broward Mall. They're looking for vendors, so I own a banquet hall, so we'll be going over there. Pretty much getting our name out there. It's from 11 to 4, I believe. I can post it on the Facebook group chat for the local stores if they want to sign up for it. So what I did was I signed up for 4 for the year. So 4 times in the year we go, we put our booth out there, we get the name out. um, we talk about our company, and there's probably like 150 other vendors out there. So it's a good way to just get with the community, get your name out there, and just mingle with all the other vendors that are out there. Not only the people that are coming in, but all the other vendors also.
Yeah, I love that. And look, when you go to these events too, think about a lot of these events. When you go to them, it's there are other business people there, right? So that's a great time to you even go to those people and maybe try to sell them on the B2B side, right? Try to get them on a business to business account too. Don't just think about the people that are coming to the event. Think about the people that are also there too as well. So, Darren, thank you so much for coming up. You wanted to add to this?
Yeah, something we used to do. It was a couple years ago. We haven't done it in a while, and the fact that you guys help pay for some of it, we may start this back up. It's usually during the summer months, but one thing that we used to do is a couple of the smaller town communities in the area. I think 3 of them actually do something similar like this. But once a month, they have in one community it's called First Friday, and what they do is they have food vendors, street vendors, and also business vendors. You can rent a booth in a street, and it's like a quaint little town where everybody just walks up and down the street and kind of looks at the different businesses, eats food, and kind of drinks beer and all this kind of stuff. But it's also a family atmosphere where people just walk up and down the street for hours at a time, and then you rent a booth. And so we used to do that, and when we did that, we got a lot of community engagement, a lot of people, a lot of first time customers coming to the store, interested in buying MacBooks, not even knowing who we are. So you'd be surprised that even like my store has been around for 5 years. You'd be surprised how many people still haven't heard about you. And it's a really great way to stay engaged, to tell people about you, to hand out free keyboard covers, to hand out, free screen wipes, temper glass, like you said. And we did that pretty consistently over an entire summer, and it really helped out. And it also gets the word out, and so it was a big deal. And so we got involved with that through the Chamber of Commerce, but you didn't need to be a member to do that. You just needed to know about these events and just kind of sign up.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, and Chambers of Commerce is definitely good for you to get involved in the community. I know sometimes there's a fee, but that's good that you're able to link up with them and get other events without even paying for the fee. So that's nice too as well. Yeah, I mean, guys, like Darren said, I mean, you can't just assume that everybody knows who you are, right? You got to get out there. You'll be shocked And one of the quotes I've always seen when I'm reading is, and people have heard this before, is be humble with your business. Like just because you're doing so well, there's always room for improvement, right? So don't be too satisfied. Is one of the things that I always read when it comes to business. But yeah, guys, look, I just wanted to come up and just share this and just communicate this with you guys. Look, we've the form's been out for I think almost like a couple weeks, if not a month. We got 2 people that signed up. We want more of you guys getting engaged and signing up for these events. It's huge. So I just wanted to bring it up and just communicate it with you guys. If you didn't know this was there, it is there for you guys to go out there and just get involved in the community. So I wanted to bring this up and just share this with you guys and just communicate it with you to the best of our ability. Let's get more events. Let's do whatever we got to do. If you need help finding events, reach out to one of our team members. You can even reach out to me. Be glad to maybe sit down with you and show you how to locate some events. I know it seems easy, right? Hey, no, there's an event here, but there's strategies that you want to take when you're doing these events too, on what you're going to hand out, where you should position yourself too as well. So it's important that we communicate this. So just wanted to share this with you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming up and sharing some of what you guys have done in the past. Let's get back into this, right? Let's get back into doing these events. It's so important. And now that, again, COVID is pretty much gone, that's, the pandemic is pretty much over, right? Let's get out there. I was at a concert event on Saturday and the thing was sold out. I mean, so people are ready to get out of their houses and move on. So start looking for these events, guys. It'd be great to see everybody out there. It's a great even leverage that you can use on social media too. When you go out there, take some photos and share it on your Facebook pages and share it on the community pages. And when people start seeing that, they gain trust in you. They see what the value that you're bringing and that you're involved in the community too as well. So we thank you guys so much for coming up. And we see some new people down there. We appreciate you guys. Welcome to the Techy Talks. We believe this is the best way to communicate Monday through Friday with you guys. If anybody has any questions when they come up to the top real fast, feel free. We got another minute or so here. Let's get more people up there, right? It's so important that we continue to communicate this way. And if anybody has any advice on how to get more people up there, we would love to hear from you. But if it doesn't look like anybody's raising their hands, nobody's hitting any messages. We thank you guys for being up here. But before we go, Bill, what do you got?
Tim, you're a little muffled there, I think, on my end. But yeah, and just to put my 2 cents in there, I mean, if you've never have done an event, it actually is a pretty amazing and exciting day, or maybe even weekend if it's a whole weekend. But if you hear from even Shane and Darren and anyone else that talks about it, it really is exciting to get out there and meet people from your community and talk to them and shake their hand, and you'll see how excited they are about your product. So if you haven't done it, we really urge you guys to try, because once you do one, I know everyone I've been to, I leave and say, wow, what a great turnout. That was amazing. We need to do more of these. And I tend to forget about it because obviously COVID. So, we appreciate it. If you guys could get out there, Shane, thanks so much for the compliments. We love to hear them. Other than that, we appreciate you guys getting on, and we hope to see everybody tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you.